Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted to be joined by Thomas and Owen. Thomas is joining us from across the pond in the States. Owen is joining us from Coventry. Gents, thank you very much for joining me. This is a reaction video to the David Benavidez Caleb Plant weigh-in that has taken place a few minutes ago. Interested to get your reaction, gents, ahead of tomorrow night. This is a big fight. This is one of the biggest fights that can be made where there's not a world title on the line, in my opinion. But yeah, interested to get your thoughts, just kind of general reaction to what we've just seen of that way. And Thomas, what do you think?
Well, I was interested to see how Benavidez would look at the weigh-in, given his, struggles to make 168, and he got his belt taken from him for missing weight. So I was quite surprised when he came in at 166 and some change, which so that was pretty remarkable to me.
Yeah,
He looks pretty good. He looks pretty drained out right now, but he's in good shape. I don't think it will bother him too much tomorrow, but we'll see.
yeah.
And Caleb Plant, he looks great. Uh, Sensational, actually,
Mm.
as expected. So yeah,
Yeah,
looking.
both fighters looked in good shape indeed. Now you mentioned Benavidez has missed weight in the past, August 2020. He missed weight by a couple of pounds actually, but yeah, he's made weight this time. For those that don't know, Benavidez 166 and three quarter pounds, Caleb Plant 167 and one quarter pound there. So that's both them, wearing their kind of boxer shorts and not having to not having to strip completely, so both comfortably within 168 there. Owen, general thoughts on what we've just seen there?
Yeah, I concur with Thomas there. I was very surprised by Benavidez coming in comfortably within the 168 limit. I really didn't expect that. I think he looked drained, but sort of a comfortable drain. You know, the size he is at the weight, it's no drama. I think touching on Benavidez making the weight, Caleb Plant, I think it's almost like a Callum Smith style. I know Plant pushing 6'1". He could probably make light heavyweight easy as you like. Probably wouldn't take much for him. So he's huge at the weight. I thought Plant looks absolutely sensational for someone that's quite tall. At the way he gets down to it fairly easily. And I think when he stood on the scale, I think he's a real problem at that weight. I'd argue Plant looked the better than Benavidez, but what a fight! What a fight! Two fighters comfortably making weight as well. Championship weight in a non-championship fight. Standards are high here.
Yeah.
So yeah, based off the weigh-in alone and the face-offs and whatnot, I cannot wait to watch this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas, who do you think looked better? Who do you think this weight suits more out of the two, would you say? Who are you more impressed by?
I mean, I did mention, you know, being shocked by Benavidez coming in well under the weight limit, but I do think Caleb looks better.
Mm.
Um, he doesn't look quite as drained to me. He looks pretty comfortable at the weight, although, like Owen said, he's pretty big, but he looks pretty good at that weight. And I think out of the two, he definitely, at least for the visual test, he looks better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's always interesting with weigh-ins and then comparing how those guys look when they step into the ring on Saturday night. Some guys look like a completely different person, and some guys not so much. But it's always I can find weigh-ins quite fascinating because some guys clearly have really struggled to get to that weight. Keeping this one swift, gents. But before we let everyone get on with their evenings or afternoons, do you want a final prediction from both of you? I think David Benavidez is the slight favourite here. But yeah, don't let that put you off what your prediction's going to be. Owen, what is your final prediction ahead of tomorrow night? David Benavidez against Caleb Plant.
I love Caleb Plant. I do think this is the best fight at the weight without Canelo involved. I don't think there's a better fight at super middle or 168. I think I'm going to go Plant late stoppage. Talking when I say late, I'm talking the end of round 10, round 11 sort of thing. I do see it as not necessarily a firefight, but I think the quality of the two guys, I think they're just going to go in from the first bow. I don't think it's going to be too tentative. I think they're going to out for their jab, and I really think maybe not necessarily fight of the year, but I really think we're in for a top fight here. Not necessarily maybe the knockout of the year that Plant produced last time out, but I do think he'll work Benavidez down and stop him late on. And I'd imagine from what you said, I could get decent odds on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Plant late. Thomas, do you agree with Owen? Do you disagree with Owen? What's your prediction?
I could see that happening.
Thomas is being polite here. I can see.
Funny is, I was actually leaning the exact opposite way. With not very much confidence, I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb gives him a lot of trouble, or even beats him, or stops him late. Because I mean, I don't think David Benavidez has been in with anybody like Caleb Plant, So it's going to be a big test for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he lost. But I think Benavidez is very talented, and I could see him wearing Plant down over the course of the fight, and maybe Plant getting tired and wearing down, kind of like he did against Canelo. So that's kind of where I was leaning, but it's a close call.
Yeah,
I could see it going the way Owen predicted as well, which it's a great fight, even though it's a non-title fight. And it's the best possible non-title fight you could make. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we're very excited for it over here. I think opinions have been split all week. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, interesting to see that you're going against each other here. I know some people would kind of refuse to give a prediction at all, but yeah, here we are. There's nothing more to see. So it's a prediction time. It's now or never. Gents, thank you so much for joining me. Really looking forward to this one. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant in Las Vegas tomorrow night. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.